his sacred cow. She's perfect. Don't dare talk about her. No. No.
Hello, everybody. Mo. Huckleberry told me on Sunday night that I had to add a Robin's moo to my intro or outro. So I stayed up till 2:30 in the morning. So it was the first time I did a video on Canva. It's not quite as user-friendly as iMovie, but I figured it was a learning experience. Oh my goodness. Moo. All right. So good to see you all here. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I had forgotten to upload that. Like I said, it went to like 2:30 in the morning. I still was going to tweak it and make it just a little smoother. Didn't get around to it. And because of that, I didn't upload it. So I wanted to get it uploaded for you all today. And then I realized at like 3 minutes to 7 that I did not make this link public. So I went in there and I'm like, it's 3 minutes and there's not one person in the chat. Something's terribly wrong. They're usually going to town 30 minutes early. What did I do? And I saw it wasn't public. So, all right, we'll give everybody a minute. There might be some people who went into 4. I actually made public number 3 as well. But 4 was the only one that was set as public. All 3 of them should have been. I don't know why. It's an extra step that I just got to remember to do. I remembered to do it when I made number 4, but I didn't remember to do it for number 3 and number 2. All right. So the thumbnails will change. I created the links. So worst case scenario, I can just go in and we can start. But my intention is on Monday or Tuesday, changing the thumbnail to update it to what happened in the previous episode or just some sort of picture. Because I think it's boring when they all look the same. All right. Although I do keep them all the same for Sunday night because we don't know what's going to happen yet. Okay. All right. Let me go say hello to some people. And then we'll get chatting about this crazy episode. I will say, I think staying up till 2:30, coming off of a week being sick, but not being fully recuperated. You know how sometimes you think you've gone over the hill and then it tells you, no, you are over the hill. You need longer to get well. That happened. So I spent Monday from 3 p.m. until this morning at 9 in bed, asleep. Well, not asleep, but asleep, awake, asleep, awake. You have to go to the bathroom, even though I'm not drinking anything. But generally, and I had a horrible headache. And I only get those headaches when I'm beyond tired. And I didn't feel beyond tired, though. I really didn't. I was so revved up from the episode on Sunday night. Like, Cody got me going. I'm telling you, he's the worst. And Robin, too. We'll talk about it. So anyway, I tried to spend as much time today editing. The video right now is over an hour long. And I still have 45 minutes of stuff I recorded that I have to edit. Now, hopefully that'll get down to about 20 to 25 minutes, but it's going to be a long one. And I'm probably going to have subsequent videos this week because my stupid Spectrum cable cut out during the recording. It happened on another Sunday night. So I don't know if it's Spectrum on Sunday nights or if it's Spectrum in connection with TLC, because it's really just the DVR. We didn't watch it through TLC. We watched it through Max. So maybe it was a TLC problem too. I don't know. At any rate, it should have been an hour recording, which would have been about 48 minutes of content. It was a 24-minute recording. So I did my video based on 24 minutes. Of course, some of that's going to be commercials too, because it's whatever. It just kept cutting out and going back in. And yet, This is my longest review yet. Can you imagine? Man. All right. I feel like this is, let me turn down my display a little bit so my glasses don't reflect so much. There we go. I changed them for you at the last minute because I was all excited. There's a little bit of purple in here and I don't wear my purple glasses that often. So I had the purple ones on. And then I thought, when I looked at my shirt again, I'm like, oh, this one has like the real light pink and blue. And I've got my pink and blue glasses. I don't know how well the colors relate here. So I'm just letting you know the glasses match the shirt. And I did for you. Because we don't dress for guys, right? We just dress for each other. That's cute. My sister friends will like it. Or my daughters will be like, what do you think? Which are other women, right? We dress for women. All right, I'm going to say hi to some people. DJ Tag, very first one here in the house. Congratulations. Good to see you. Shanna Banana's here. Hello, Holly Jones. Hi, Holly Jones. The stars aligned. You made it to alive. Woohoo! Holy cow. Holy sacred cow. Little Miss is here. Hello. Nadine is here today. Hi. Oh, look who's here. Senior Perspective. Let's see. Holly Jones, Nadine, chit-chatting away. Little Miss. I'll say hi to a few more. Lynn Skinner. Good to see ya. Susan Shea is here. Hi, Susan. All right. Oh, I'm sorry you're having problems with your connections. Do you have Spectrum? It's the worst. You'll see what I call them on my video. I give them a good shout out. I'll never get a sponsorship from Spectrum after this video I put out. I may have mentioned them once or twice about how I don't have anything. I mean, I do have clips in there now because I have learned to now set it to record all Sister Wives shows, which can completely fill up my entire DVR if it happens to be like on a run. But I just try to remember every week to go in there and delete like the 7 versions of the show that I don't need. Because the first one often just doesn't record the whole thing. So, and the next one is not for like 3 hours after the first one. They don't play the same one again afterwards. They have 2 episodes of 90 Day after Sister Wives. Who knows why? Mama Squirrel is here. Hi, Mama Squirrel. All right. Bottle service for tonight's toast to Janelle, Suki, and Christine. Yeah. And Mary. I can't remember, but I remember. Well, okay, Mary. But I'm not blaming her. We can start right there. I will still say hi to more people. But I will say that Mary... let's see. How shall I put this? Because this was recorded in October, which was, I mean, at most 8 episodes in. I don't even think it was 8 episodes in because I do believe we started the middle of September. And they probably, I don't know the date, but I'm guessing it was probably the second or third, let's say the 3rd week of October. That would be 5 episodes that they would have seen. And I don't think that they watched the rest of them. So we're going to see, because we have 4 episodes to get through. If we keep talking about the exact same topics over and over and over again, I'll be disappointed. But I can't complain yet because I'm very happy with some of the editing that Puddle Monkey's done. And maybe TLC is also involved. I don't know. I wonder now. Is it all Puddle Monkey still doing the... Now, I know King Gibbons is booted out, that he's not there anymore. But I do believe Puddle Monkey, they kept Puddle Monkey as their production. They just got rid of the head guy whose company it is and told them he couldn't be the producer of the show anymore. I mean, it makes sense. I guess they could say, listen, do you want the money? We'll keep using Puddle Monkey, but not you. So they can do that. Absolutely, they can do that. And he could step down and say, all right, yeah, I want the money. Don't give the show to somebody else. I promise to step down. So everywhere I read when I try to do research on it, it still says that Puddle Monkey is a production company. So I think that they just got Tim Gibbons. Gibbons Monkey, Puddle Monkey. See, he named it after himself. his production company, which was he and one other guy. It was really just the two of them. Now, there may be more producers over the years that have come, and clearly they have a whole crew of people that work for them. But yeah, he was just too close to Cody. He and Cody in the man club had to get rid of Mr. Gibbons. King Monkey had to go. But I was saying, I was happy so far with the freedom they've given Suki. Either she had her hands tied all this time and she wasn't allowed to push back, or King Monkey, Tim Gibbons, was tying her hands and not letting her push back. And since they booted him, just like the rest of the show, and they took so much out of the show, people. I mean, we've talked about this before, how like, oh, how much I want to see, but I understand we're not going to see it because it involves Garrison. But I just want to show Cody for who he is. But I understand, you know, out of respect for Janelle, certainly. But there's just that little part of me that wishes we could see. You know how much footage there was in this season that they had to get rid of? Yeah. Which is why we saw Christine go dress shopping, and then Christine go dress shopping again, and then Christine go take cake testing, and then Christine with 3 different showers, and Chris, you know, like that's not normally what they would do, right? It's usually much better than that. Well, and they had probably amazing stuff showing Cody being a complete doofus that they had to scrap. So, so I feel like it could be Puddle Monkey just stepping up. Like, I don't know if it was TLC or Puddle Monkey, but clearly somebody or their wives are watching the show, as well as YouTube and TikTok, and what other platforms are people talking about this on? Facebook? I'm sure there's more. Instagram, probably. I seem so old. Gosh. I just don't have time. It's not that I don't want to learn all those different platforms. It's just I don't have time. I could barely keep up with this, guys. It was 3 minutes before the link went live. I did have the thumbnail done a day ago, though, so give me kudos for that. Normally, I don't do that until the day of. All right. Chit chat. Oh, we're going to get so many comments on this video from all the people who are like, God, would she shut up and talk about the show already? Anyway, speaking of the show, I'm really happy with the direction it's going, so I'm not going to complain too much. I'm going to try not to anyway. So kudos to TLC, or possibly Puddle Monkey. I find it hard to believe that she on her own just became a really good interviewer. I don't think that's the case. I think that she was held back and now she's free. And possibly she may not have been watching the show. Why do I feel like I heard that somewhere or read that somewhere or saw it in an interview or something, that she doesn't want to be biased, so she wasn't watching the show, which could be a recommendation from the producers too. Wouldn't that be something? If he was trying to protect Cody that much, if King Gibbons was trying to protect Cody and Robin and had told Suki, don't watch the shows. We want, we'll give you the questions. We'll give you the background. We'll give you a little highlight reel so you're familiar with it, but we don't want you to be biased. Cody could have had that monkey guy around his little finger, and now he's gone. So good. So good. All right. Do my best to mute if I have to cough or blow my nose. Okay. So let's see here. A few more people I said I'd say hello to, and I will. Stacy's here. Hi, Stacy. Soshitel, hello. Good to see you. Holly Jones, you were at the beginning, weren't you? Amy D. And Peach is here. There's Peach. Mama Celeste. Erica Vianney. Susan Shea, I think I said hi already. Vixen, hello. Carly, hello. Rosamond, hello. Jennifer Harmon, so many people. Tanya, good to see you. All right. It'd be really nice if they pulled out like the first comment everybody made for me. It's all about me. Wendy's Front Yard, hello. I just feel bad when I skip over people because I kind of have to scroll fast. Jennifer or Mama. Hello, Mama. Twyla's here. Twyla, are you going to throw out more questions this time? Twyla always has some good questions. All right, 3 more and we're going to start chatting. Cindy, did I say hi? I'm not sure. Erica, hello. Lindsay B's here. Hi, Lindsay B. Kathy, good to see you, man, Kathy. You were on the other side. Yeah. Did you get my note? Did you see my note though? I hope people, if they do go to the other side, see my note. Because I know a lot of you log in early and it was probably the only link that was active early. That was my fault. That's my fault. Not your fault, Kathy. My fault. Rachel's here. Hi. Jennifer. Hello. And CM Rodriguez. Hola. De Puerto Rico? Would that be from? Did I get that right, CM Rodriguez? I'm learning my Spanish. I'm doing my Spanish lessons. Literally, I was doing the Spanish, and then I didn't realize that I could do a lesson again. And I got so far ahead of myself that I was at the point where I'm like, I don't know if I'm really learning anymore because now it's really just getting so hard. So I went back and started the whole thing over again. So I think I'm 5 days away from 365 days, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how to tell it. It tells you when you do your lesson each day. Pero aprendo mucho conduligo. I don't know. All right, 2 more. Holly Jones, did I say hi already? I think I did. Gail's here. Hi, Gail Clark. And Knit My Bit. There you go. Hello, Knit My Bit. And sister friends. And Godiva and Vicky and Tanya. Okay, threw a few more in. Okay, all right. So let's get talking about it. So much to say. It is really hot in here. I'm going to open a window and I'm going to be mooning you all in the process. This is going to be great YouTube stuff because I have shorts on. But it is really warm in here. That's probably too bright. Like that. There we go. All right. Might have to turn the fan on and that was my goal. I'll do that. Maybe that'll make that a June goal to get a new fan because it clicks. Remember that it does that clicking thing. I don't know how to make it not click. Okay, we'll figure something out. Worst case scenario, I'll get some duct tape on the little something, whatever's clicking. All right. So, all right, where to begin? Let me say, I hated Cody in this. I hated Robin in this. Anybody else have that same, before I even begin, look at, here we got Little Miss with the super sticker. What a cute dog. Oh, he's so sweet. Thank you very much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Oh, there's more super stickers. Okay, I need to get with it. Kathy, thank you very much. I appreciate your super sticker. And another one, Kathy. Oh, you'll always be my Jenny. Love you. Kathy calls me her Jenny. Well, my Jenny from Forest. You can all call me my Jenny if you want. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. And Godiva is a new member today. Yay. Welcome, Godiva. Welcome. I appreciate it. Oh, wait, here's another one. Jana Banana. Hi. This is for the moon, Jenny. No wonder I didn't see it before. You're welcome. You're all very welcome. I'll have to watch this afterwards and see if it's horrible. I might have to just edit it out. It might go down for a while because then it's going to have to recheck the whole thing. Oh, you're so funny. Y'all are so funny. Okay, so I hated Cody because obvious. I mean, right? What's there to say? He's the worst. And then Robin. See, where do I even begin? I have so many issues with her. First of all, still having issues with Puddle Monkey Production Company, TLC, whomever, because she gets away with not answering questions. Yes, she does. And so I'm going to put a little, I don't even know what this one is. Oh my gosh, I think this was from when my daughter went to prom. My cats were playing with it the other day, so I threw it on the desk here. My lips are dry. It'll do until I find my regular chapstick. All right. So she's getting away with not answering any questions. She's saying words, but not answering any questions. One was blatant. I'm going to pass on that one. That wasn't pass. We're going to table. No, it wasn't that. We're going to table that. Anyway, she just basically said, I'm not going to answer that. And that was last week's, not this past week. 2 weeks ago, I guess we should say at this point. And that's annoying because there was no pushback then. No pushback on her not answering questions. Now I guess if she goes in hard on Robin and Cody at the same time, it just might be too much because they're both so horrible. I am appreciating that she's going in hard on Cody. If you have to pick one of the two, he is the worst. So in that regard, I get it. Maybe next year, season 20, we will see a pushback with Robin if she's still on the show. Unless we can all do like some sort of petition to get rid of her. It would be so great. Cody, you can stay on the show, but not Robin, because it's about the OG 3 sister wives now. And you're their ex, so you're related to them, but she really didn't have any interaction with them except for Mary, and Mary doesn't like her anymore. So we're going to cut your salary in half, and Cody, you'll be the only one involved, and you're going to have to be doing all this filming with your exes. Oh my gosh, the more I think about this, how great is this? Puddle Monkey, where are you? Are you listening? Puddle Monkey, this is what you need to do. Did you hear what I just said? I just worked it all out perfectly. Like, that was a brilliant idea. I may say so myself. Yes. Get her off the show. She's good for nothing. She contributes nothing. Literally nothing. I can't think of anything. I'm trying to think if there's even, like, Cody contributes the villain persona. She doesn't even have that. She's like just a wet noodle hanging there all the time. Boring, bland, stuck, dangling somewhere. That's what she is. So if we got rid of her, the show would be no different, really. Cody's still going to talk about her, and he's still going to complain if the wives bring her up. So we don't need her on the show. She's good for nothing. And the amount of money she gets for doing nothing makes me really angry. Really angry. Could use some of that money. Get rid of one of my other jobs so I can have more time to critique her. All right. So she's not saying anything. She's not talking. When she does, though, she has come in with a whole new persona. Have you noticed? I don't watch any content creators until about Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes not till Friday. So if I'm being redundant because everybody's saying the same thing, I apologize. If I knew what people were saying, I would try to avoid those topics, but I don't know what they're saying. Anyway, they must be discussing this, but I'll say it anyway. She has always been the poor Robin, victim, damsel in distress. That has been her MO for like the past 5 to 6 years. She didn't start off that way at the beginning. I mean, she's always been a victim, but she was spunkier and spoke up more. And, she realized, she knew from day one, based on all the polls they used to do and based on the fact they used to have to tweet live during the shows and all that nobody liked her from the beginning. So maybe that's when she decided to try to change. But we are starting to see that season 1 Robin come back out now. When she really gets pushed, she's getting mean, sassy, entitled, bratty. Ugh. And so now she's sitting up rather than all mousy like she was before and like with her tissue in her hand. Now she's got her arm on the armrest, and she's like poised as if she's posing for a picture back in the 1900s and somebody is painting her live. And so 1800s, my apology. And so she acts coy. There you go. She's being coy. That's a word I didn't think of when I was making my video, I don't think. I don't know if I don't think I edited the part yet where I was talking about her. Maybe I did. I don't know. It's all a blur. I don't think I used the word coy. And yet coy is the best word for it. She's like, I don't know. It's this act that I just, again, they make me want to punch them. Never punched anyone in my life. I don't think I've ever wanted to either. Yeah, this is a whole new feeling for me. This show has brought out a whole new side of Jenny. Oh, I just want to squeeze her little Cabbage Patch face. Just big old apple, shriveled apple looking face. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So, what was I saying? So she's annoying me because all her answers are, oh, you think? Yeah. So when she's giving non-answers, she's like, oh, well, yeah, okay. I don't, yeah, I don't know. And I guess because words are coming out of her mouth, Suki's accepting it. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm frustrated by it. And it's making me angry. Oh, here's another super chat. Deb. Thanks, Deb. Hated them both. There you go. Janelle is my hero. Yes. Janelle. You guys, you're not going to be able to wait. I can't wait until you see the video because I edited together Janelle's responses. And it's just delightful to listen to all together in one little sequence. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, she was amazing. She was amazing. I agree, Deb. She was amazing. Joni, hi. Couldn't find you. Joni C. What do you mean I forgot you again? How can that be? No, it's there. It's the first name. Hold on. Oh, there's no name scrolling. Joni. Good one. There you are. Oh, no, it's a second name because Anonymous just joined in. That's right. There you go. Thank you for the super chat, though. We would have gone until my alarm went off to tell me to switch it. And then I've been like, oh, there's no names. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let me get back to the comments. I'm a dingo. What can I say? All right. Tanya Kohler, start a petition to get rid of Robin. Honest to goodness. Where do people do that? Somebody do that. And then just tell me where it is and I'll talk about it on the channel and we'll have everybody sign it. I'll sign it. I'll promote it. I don't even know how to begin to do that, but I'm supporting it. I'm backing it. I'll have a separate video I put out on it. I will. Sorry. Oh, grassroots efforts by sister friends on Senior Perspective. Wouldn't it be great if we were the ones that got her out of there? I mean, really, it would be no loss. She contributes. I can't think of any positive thing. There's not even enough, like I say, animosity to say I hate her because of this. So she makes for good TV because you have to have conflict. Nope. Cody brings enough. More than enough. More. He could cut back a little bit. Take away Renee. Says that they should do an OG3 spinoff. And if they do, I'm covering it. 100%. Because I'm following it. I'm following all of Tata Farms. Yeah. So if you guys want to start watching a spinoff, make sure you don't miss the Tata T videos. Because they're sweet. But I always throw a dig in at either Cody or Robin. Most likely Cody. Because Cody's really the only one affiliated to Janelle and Maddie. But it's not always specific to their relationship. So there may be a Robin dig in there too. I can't get through a video without throwing some sort of shade. The dingbats. So there'll be something in there, but it is nicer. It's a nicer, kinder Jenny. It's a Jenny I yearn to be all the time. Jenny with Tay T. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Xochitl coming in with a new angle here. It's more than that. She has no reason to act anymore. Yeah, you know what? She was trying to act like I'm so innocent and so sweet and, trying to garner and not only crowd favors, try to gain favor with people, but also knowing that the sister wives are going to watch it too. Try to keep it all together because, she's fearful of the show. If she were smart, she would realize the show's going to go with her. Either way, even if she does this new snarky little boy, I could see why no one liked her now. I mean, we never liked her and we didn't even see this really snarky side. So can you imagine? Yeah, I just didn't like her for what she did. And I didn't like her. I mean, how do you like somebody you don't know? All these seasons, I don't know her, which is kind of why I don't care when they put her girls on either, or the younger kids. They really haven't been on the show. I don't know them either. I'm not invested in her or any of her 4 kids, even the 2 that she had with Cody. Love Truly. You can put tons of Truly on if you want. But, and Truly, is she between? No, she's a little bit older. She's like a year and a half older than Solomon. Basically, she's Solomon's age. I care about her. I don't care about Solomon. I mean, he's a kid. He's done nothing wrong. Let me get that clear. I'm just saying, when you have him sit there in silence with no food on his plate, meal after meal after meal, doesn't do much for me. Doesn't do much for me. When we can be watching a meal in Janelle's house or a meal at Christine's and all the kids are getting together, anything with the OG 12 now. Oh, God. Can I still say OG 13? Should I do a poll on that? I offended somebody once by calling him the OG 13. Garrison isn't there anymore. And I know Garrison isn't there anymore, but it's been 15 years of calling the kids of Janelle, Mary, and Christine. Robin was stuck in my head. We've always called them the OG 13. It was just sort of like it's a title. It's, it's like just a brand at this point. If I were to say the words, the original 13 kids, then, then that would be more awkward. But it feels just really sad and wrong to say OG 12. You know what I'll try to do is just say OG kids. I'll just say OG kids. Try to remember to say OG kids. Because I don't want to offend anybody. I mean, everybody gets offended. Like, I offend somebody in every video. So, but then I start to think, is this a more pervasive thought? Like that one person that gets offended, which is always somebody offended by something I say. On whatever video, when they get offended, I think, okay, you had a bad day. And I move on. Or sometimes I look at it and go, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have worded it like that. They're right. And then I go on, because life is too short for me. I got too much going on to like ponder and worry about it too much. But the OG 13, OG 12 thing, it just comes up a lot. So I want to know your opinion. I bet everybody's going to now say, now that I threw it out there, OG kids is going to be what we should be saying. All right. We do live in a society where everyone gets offended. Now, if Christine, even Mary, I was going to say if Christine or Janelle, but Christine, Janelle, or Mary got offended by it, I would change it because that would have, there's a direct link. It's when random people out in the world get offended for other random people for random reasons. Then I'm like, why? How? You're not even connected. You don't, why? God, you have a miserable life if you're offended by something I'm saying about somebody else that you don't even know. You don't know me. You don't know them. Get it together. Don't be offended. Life's too short. Okay, well, we are really good off here. All right. Twyla, OG3, all look younger than Robin now. They do. She keeps aging. She does. She keeps aging. Robin was acting aloof, yet that was completely inappropriate. It didn't match the moment. I only wish she would know how she looks and what an idiot she's being. Absolutely. She doesn't, she can't regulate, I don't think, her emotions, and nor can Cody, but differently. They're very different, but they both have a difficult time regulating their emotions to match the situation. I talk about it in my video, how the fact that she had nothing to say about Garrison's passing is just as bad as if she were to say, gosh, I'm really going to miss him. He was a special kid. And I really enjoyed all my time with him. That would not have landed well with anybody at all. So she was smart not to do that, but she's dumb in that instead of saying appropriate things, she erred on the side of, I will say nothing about the death of this child. So this is the same kind of thing. So here we are afterwards. She used to be like inappropriate. Now she's flipping and becoming a whole different character and acting like she's the Queen of England or something. Did she say that? Yeah, no. With her little coy smile too. Hello, Candace Parker. All right. Nene wants to know, what does Robin and the nanny do? It's a very good question. What do they do? I do believe there's no nanny anymore. Did we just hear that on this season, or did I hear McKelty say it? I think we heard it on the season. I think Robin said it, that there's not a nanny anymore. Finally. Beth used to like Robin. Now she can't stand her. Welcome, Beth. Yep. Not too many of us like it. Kathy likes the Tay to Tea videos. Yay. Okay. And a lot of people want the spinoff too. So Robin's answers are non-answers. And I go off a little bit on my video complaining about the fact that, and coming up again, I'm doing TLC's job for them, and I'm creating a pay scale. Letting them know that when she doesn't answer these questions, this is what they need to do. Somebody's got to do their job. Honest to goodness, how many do those executives make? What, $300,000 a year? $400,000 a year? Maybe more? You can just call me for free. I'll tell you what to do. And I'll make you millions. I mean, if you want to throw some money my way, that'd be great too. But you don't have to. I really want a better show. All right. Okay, so Lucy now thinks that the OG3 are going to start spilling the tea. I think the lawsuit had to be over, and my understanding is it got settled, but then I thought there was a redate for last Tuesday to determine the actual money. I've been ill and not following any news. So if anyone knows anything about that rescheduled date and the specifics, or maybe they sealed the specifics, maybe it was just sealed that the first decision was just in favor of the plaintiff, Christine, and then the decision on the money was going to come separately, and maybe that was just, yeah, I don't have any details, but if you have any details, go ahead and let me know. I haven't been following it. Okay. Let's see here. Peaceful Pasture Sanctuary. You have a confession. You don't have to confess it. It's not your fault. They named this horrible person Robin. You deserve the name. Yours is named like Robin the bird, too, which is beautiful. Hers, I don't know where the Y came from. I wonder if on her birth certificate it has the Y. All right, so, gosh, there's so much that went on. And Lisa would like to know why we haven't heard anything from her ex-husband and her bio dad. I would love to know if they're getting hush money. Because if not, I guess they're just saints. Like there's some people in the world that really just don't want anything to do with any of the, I apologize, any of the social media and chitter chatter that's going on out there. And so they just literally don't look at it, don't participate in it. And when people ask, they just say they're not interested. I mean, we have the majority of the OG kids saying they don't want anything to do with it. And I am pretty darn sure that Mykelti and Tony are getting paid now. Like when they were younger, certainly definitely before they were 18, but maybe even all the way up to 21, they didn't get anything. I do believe that Robin negotiated for her girls to get money. And that's why we're seeing them, and that's why they're talking. There are little scenes, especially Aurora, coming in with scenes. Brianna's basically just chiming in a line here or there. Maybe she's just annoyed with it all. She is 21, right? I want to say they're like 24 and 21, something like that. Anyway, as I sit here chatting with myself, let me see what you all are saying. So Peaceful Sanctuary, fear not. Although Peaceful Sanctuary is a beautiful name too. Whiskey River thinks that Gorilla Glue was used to keep his 2 curls back. Somebody mentioned in the live on Sunday night that they were bobby pinned back. And then I did notice in one clip when he turned sideways on this side of his head, so his left side, I'm pretty sure I saw the bobby pin that was holding it back. So yeah, they got bobby pins. So now he's wearing bobby pins in his hair too. I mean, you can't make it up. Mary's hair looks terrible. You know, what my philosophy is on Mary's hair is Mary has lost a lot of weight very fast. And when you lose a lot of weight very fast, no matter if you're doing it completely by eating all health foods or not, whether it's junk foods, whether it's starving stuff, by losing that much weight that fast, your body, it kind of goes into like that starvation mode and it tries to hang on to as many nutrients and stuff, and it doesn't give it to the organs and things that it doesn't need. And your hair is one of the things that happens to. So losing your hair is a very common thing. And so her hair, to me, her hair looks a lot thinner than it used to. And you see all those short little spiky things that are sticking out. That's like the hair's starting to grow back. So it's going to look kind of like odd. Now, she did have a strand that kept hanging in front of her nose. Like, I get her hair hangs in front of her eye normally anyway, but the one strand that hung down by her nose, we could have moved that one over. It was a little distracting. Anyway, I believe her hair is a result of her rapid weight loss. Aloha, J-Lu. All right, Smiley made it. Hello, Smiley. Okay, so talked about Robin's disposition and her new way of avoiding answering questions. And just flat out lies. Flat out lies she's doing here too. I mean, Suki gave her a softball question. Do you think that Cody favors you? I mean, you obviously, Cody has said it himself over and over and over and over and over again. Ever since I saw her, there was something different. There was something special. We have to hide our love. She's even admitted that too. We have to hide our love from everybody. There's just this unique thing that we've got going to. Is there any special treatment? Yeah, I don't think so. Now, for the rest of this interview, we will believe nothing you say, Robin, because you were given an easy out. Easy to say, you know what? We have always had something special. We've done our best to hide it. He probably has favored me in certain ways over the time. She has now admitted to Mykelti via Mykelti in her Patreon that she has received more time than the other wives did, that his time was not divided equally. He will still stand on that stupid mantra, though. I don't know if he's aware that Mykelti shared that. But yes. And I think I've shared this here before. Her reasoning, this is her new angle, because I feel like she can't fight the narrative anymore of we all got an equal amount of time. And she knew she was lying the whole time. It's kind of get exhausting lying. So this is her new mantra. I guess now that I look back on it, I was probably getting more time, but I absolutely didn't realize it in the moment because I had not been a sister wife before. So it was all new to me. And I felt like he was never around. I wasn't taking my time, keeping track of everything. It just felt like he was never here. But I guess that was just how it is. And maybe I even had more time than others, but I wasn't aware. Can you believe that lie? I mean, it's her way of getting closer to the truth by just saying, well, maybe I did get more time. But her reasoning, especially after all those early seasons, now she hasn't done it as much lately, but especially in the early seasons, her claiming all this knowledge on being a sister wife, what it's like as a plural wife and in plural marriages, and from talking to all the women in the church and all this knowledge she has, all those women she talked to and all that knowledge that she gained. Not once did any of them tell her that if there are 4 people in the family, you will receive 1/4 of Cody's time. Or maybe they did, and math is difficult for her. We know she can't spell, so she probably can't. Sorry, let me turn that off. Probably can't read either. Okay. All right. Burning question from Twyla. She said, when divorced, you were always in your ex's life. How much are her and her ex in each other's lives? Yes. You know what? This is something that I'm going to have to address in another video too, because I know I didn't really cover it. It probably was one of those sections that got cut out of my video when I was doing my response video. But that was very aggravating for 2 reasons. One, again, that she would claim to be the expert on divorce now. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? She's going to school the OG3 because they haven't been divorced. Oh, Janelle has been. Although her ex was not in her life at all and there were no kids involved and she was barely married. I don't even think she was married for a whole year. I think she was only married for like 6 months when they separated. So they were married but quickly divorced. Yeah, nobody else was married before. So now she can be the expert on what life is like when you go through a divorce. And for her to be so pompous and arrogant and talk to basically the other wives, because that's who she was addressing at the moment, and tell them, gosh, already? And tell them, well, this is what it's like. So, you want the other people to just stay away, but this is what it's going to be like. It's kind of like, sorry, ladies, you're stuck with me. Mm-hmm. But the problem wasn't that she was there. See, this is where she looks a fool again. That wasn't the problem. And Cody doesn't quite get it either, or maybe he does and he's avoiding the issue. Christine was very clear that he RSVP'd, I'm not going, back whenever the invitations went out. And then the day of the shower, he lets him know he's going to be there. And then Christine said, then they also didn't know that he was bringing Robin as well. So the whole thing is just like, well, you just screw everything up. Because it screwed everything up for production too, because that's when production decided, well, guess what we're going to focus on now? We're going to focus on the fact that David hasn't met Cody yet. And that's going to be our main focus of this whole, and then that's what made Gwendolyn upset, understandably. Now, how Gwendolyn got upset with Christine over all of it, that part I don't get, unless it just isn't true. I don't know. That was apparently one of her excuses for not going to Christine's wedding, that she was upset over the thing. But that could just be internet rumor too. I don't know, because I heard 4 or 5 different versions of why she didn't go to Christine's wedding. Haven't heard a good one yet, but I heard 4 to 5 different reasons. So that was one of them. Okay. Good point, Patrick. Garrison still counts. Yeah, because he is part of the OG 13. I guess because I was talking about it in current time. If the OG 13 go to, so like referring to the OG 13. But if I say, let's have a show with the OG 13, should we still say OG 13? I mean, I want his memory in there, but I know he physically isn't there. I guess where I'm coming from would that be hurtful if Janelle or Christine heard it and they heard that they want a show with Janelle, Christine, Mary, and the OG 13? Like, would that be like, oof? Would it land softer if you said, and the OG kids? I don't know. Probably not. If I were the mom and I heard OG kids right away, I would think, it's sad that Garrison's not a part of it. To me, it would be the same, I suppose. All right, but I appreciate all your feedback. Lynn has no problem with OG 13. Very good. Lynn, I'm going to send them all your way when I get nasty comments from people who are offended that I say OG 13. He is one of them. You're right. So in future tense, I guess that's my new question for you all. When we're talking future tense, if I were to say, I want a show with the OG 3 and the OG 13, or should it be, I want to show, okay, we're going to do a poll. We'll do a poll. Let's do a poll. That's the easiest way to go about this. I have to pull it up under YouTube though, because I'm in StreamYard. And then y'all can let me know what you think. Go under studio. Live. Control room. Here we go. And starter poll. Okay, so I'm going to say, should a new show be called Life with the OG3? Life with the, oh, wait. I gotta change that. OG3 and OG13. Life with the OG3 and OG12. Or Life with the OG3 and OG kids. Okay. It is live. So now you can let me know what you think. So this was be forward thinking from here forward. But I will definitely say OG13 when I refer to them on the show, because they were always the OG13. And mommy says still OG13. All right. Everyone's like, it's still OG13. Okay. Twyla said that she's come to the conclusion that Robin doesn't like any boys. I think she does. In fact, I'll take the opposite angle. I think she wanted to be the really cool, hip stepmom. And oh God, she even acted like, and it's hard for me to even say this, but she even acted like she had a little bit of a crush on Logan. I think she wanted those boys to like her. I think she saw herself almost like a teenager, and she was not that far off from their ages, according to Maddie. So yeah, she was closer in age to the teenagers than she was to their dad in that one episode in that first season. Maddie pointed that out. So yeah, I think she wanted them to want her, and they didn't like her. And so she got rejected. And when a narcissist gets rejected, they don't take it well. And so I think she flipped on them. Now, Dayton, I think she always liked. It's a big mystery where he is right now. I don't know if Cody was a huge fan of Dayton's. Never really saw it. But he didn't really show affection for any of his boys either, quite frankly. But for as much time and affection as he showed to her girls, he was not affectionate at all with Dayton. He was always hugging, putting him on the lap, tickling him, lifting him up. Like, Dayton wasn't that much older than Aurora that he couldn't have been tussled with too and, spent time with him. I don't know. I don't think he really tried. But that's just from what I saw. I don't know. And now poor Dayton is gone. Dayton, reach out to me. I love you. So I think she doesn't like them because they don't like her. So I don't think she likes Maddie either. Well, she never liked Maddie. Her and Maddie went. I mean, at first she liked Maddie. At the very, very, very beginning, when she was trying to be nice to everybody and try to get in good graces with everybody. Remember that whole line she even said to Maddie? You don't want to be a sister wife when you grow up? Then you won't get a wonderful sister wife like me. Maddie's like, So, And then she eventually learned that Maddie didn't like her. And then she was really mean to Maddie. So, yeah, I guess it's all kids, but the boys just really didn't like her. So she didn't like them. She didn't like anybody who didn't like her. All right. She has a permanent frowny face. Spoken from Smiley. Smiley would know. Kathy's off to baseball again. Bye, Kathy. Every Tuesday. Garrison clinched it with Robin. Yeah, I think that probably threw the two of them for a loop. Because I do not think things are going well at all. And I personally think that when Janelle made the comment, I think it's good for Cody to dig the grave. Did she say something like it was good symbolism too? That's not the word she used, though. But something along that line. And I thought, she's saying it in a way that could very easily be interpreted. This is your penance. Like, suffer through it. And he still didn't, because we saw the hole they dug, even though it was like 2 feet by 2 feet. And the hole they got into was literally the size of a casket. They dug a regular burial hole. So somebody else did. Again, just like somebody else finished painting the picnic tables. Which is even more disgusting to know that Cody would use that opportunity to just try to be a suffering dad, maybe even a little bit of a martyr on his pilgrimage. It's all a farce. All of it. All of it's a farce. Hello, Jennifer in Florida. All right. Robin is vermin, Tracy says. Hi, Tracy. Amy said that Etsy shopping ages you. That's why the OG3 had glow ups and hers is going the opposite way. Yeah, her voice is sounding more and more like an ex-smoker. I wonder if maybe she's starting to take the steroids too. I don't know. Teresa Skinner, hi. Well, let's see. Are you on your phone? Because I've heard there's 2 places you have to, in order to get notifications. Somebody else might be able to help them out if they figured this out. So hit the bell, but also you have to have, do you get notifications for other lives? I know you have to have on that you're going to accept notifications from YouTube. So you need to have both those things if you want the notifications. But we're glad you're here. Go into your Google Calendar, right? Tuesday, 7 p.m., live stream, and then click on repeats every week. And it'll just do it for the next couple of years. And we're not going to be able to change the date. We're going to have to stick with Tuesdays. All right. Robin no longer looks like Nellie Elson. She looks like Nellie Elson's mom. Okay. Amy D says, I do think that Robin's brain has short-circuited because of medication. iPhone wants to autocorrect to menopause. I'm going for medication. All right. So she meant to write menopause. But it said medication. Oh, goodness. I got both of those going on right now. She's acting like a holier than thou sacred cow. Yes. Cows have horns, not crowns. Okay, did anybody, I'm going to play it again because some of you may not have seen the intro. Let me see if I can play it now. I feel bad. I edited our intro to this. Let me see if I can go in and play it for you without it being...
That's his sacred cow. She's perfect. Don't dare talk about her.
No. No.
I'm glad it came back. Okay, I'm switching the names. And as I switch them, let me do a shout out really quickly to our big supporters who are Mary Steamfrog99, April S, Liz S, Karen Perk, Leslie Reddick, J Shanty 3, G Kitty 52, Linda W, Carla Colson, Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, All Win the Mini Chef, Lynn Skinner, and Knit My Bit. And also, thank you to our exclusive SOS supporters, Joni C615, Sharon, Cindy Gregory, Laura McWilliams, Dee Dee, Julie Hornberger, J. Lou, Jennifer Harmon, Stark, Carol Ann E.D., Holly Jones, Marie Lingham, Evie, Steph Stevens, Stacy G., New River Trail Contemplations, Vanessa, she said, just call me Vanessa, Shotzi Peace, Tammy G., Marsha Cooper, Diane Almeida, probably. I before E, except for two vowels go walking. The first one does the talking. Okay. Almeida, Living an Eclectic Life, Farron Allman, Kendra MP, That's My Shoe, Amy D, I'm Your Huckleberry, Libby Sure, Lindsay B, Lisa, Sochitel, Emma Rio, Joni C, Lisa Gasca, Tracy's Fractured History and More, Alexandria Swan, Shanna Banana, Rain Lady, Cheryl Smith, Sarah Lewis, Sean J, Marie Crabb, Waldo's Mom, Lisa F, Danny Towns, Michelle, Ms. Lita, Ladybird's Mom, Donna Redmond, Jessica Denham, Kaylin, and Alyssa1704. Thank you all for being channel supporters. And definitely a shout out to all of my Keep the Lights On level supporters as well. Every single one of you makes a difference. No matter what level you're at, it really helps. It really does. One of these days, I'm going to come on here and say I quit one of my other jobs. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm working on getting a new microphone because this one's, it was like the top level budget microphone. Like, what's a good microphone that's not bottom basement? So this is like the highest price of the microphones. I'm going to go to a good microphone because y'all deserve it. It's very inconsistent, especially when I just switch platforms. So I feel bad when I'm blowing people out from pitches and high sounds and all that stuff. This one doesn't allow me to do much adjusting. So I am going to. That's coming soon. All right. Tracy said she loves it when she said moo. I was just going to add the moo. It's Huckleberry's recommendation. She goes, add the moo to your intro. But it's so short. It was so short. I had to do more. So I just added more to it. You're only an hour late. Don't worry about it. Join on in. Oh, thank you, Wendy. They match my shirt. I did it for y'all. Okay. All right. So what else? I don't want to give away too much stuff I talked about in my video, but we can definitely talk about other stuff that happened in this episode because there's so much. Okay. Throw out some topics to me and we'll just start talking because I could just sit here and talk for 5 hours. I can pull a James, although I really shouldn't because I really have to finish editing that video. All right. Yeah, I do. I need some honey lemon juice and whiskey syrup. Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good right now. Honey lemon juice and whiskey syrup. I thought this started a week ago Friday. So we're going on a week and a half here. Ready for it to be over, honestly. I texted my mom on Sunday. I'm like, I'm not going to church. because I always stop by her house after church. So I'm not going to stop by. I was out of town the weekend before. So I'm like, I know. And then the weekend before that, I was I was there. I was at her house in between. So anyway, I texted her this week and I said, Ma, I'm not coming by. I don't want to give you whatever I have. I don't think I'm contagious anymore, but I may have picked up a second bug from somewhere. I don't know. And I said, or maybe I'm just old. It takes me longer to get over things. She goes, yeah, that's what it is. Takes us longer now. I'm like, oh, I'm in your category, am I? Okay. Thanks, Ma. You were 28 when you got married. Now is your second child. Okay. I pay to see that. I missed what the comment was. Okay, I gotta scroll ahead. I am way too far behind. Yeah, the divine love crap. Oh, I agree with you. Okay. DJ Tag, thank you for that super sticker. Appreciate it. That's very kind. Love it. Okay. Oh, Tracy, that would be such a good. My Three Pretty Wives. What a great name. My Three. I got to write that down. See, now I'm going to be adding this. Either use it on a video or add it to an intro or outro. My Three Pretty Wives. All right. Did you hear the big lie about their honeymoon? I didn't, Carol. Share. Wait, now should I scroll down? Maybe she already did. Scroll. I don't know if she said. Go ahead and write what the big lie was about the honeymoon. I've got you, babe. It's in my head now, people. It's in my head. Twyla said, even I know what a sacred cow is. She totally knows it. I said that in my video too. She totally knows it. First of all, if you didn't know what it was, then all you did was hear somebody called you a cow. So right away, you're going to take offense, right? So you're going to look up or ask somebody. Let's just pretend that she grew up under a rock, which she didn't. I know that she went to a regular school. She went to public high school. So yes, she was on the compound technically, but she was out of it more than even Mary, who grew up in the whole AUB schooling system until she was in high school and got a job in the mall. That was her first interaction with like non-plig people. So Robin had a very different experience. But let's just say she never heard that phrase. Because every now and then, I will admit, every now and then I'll hear a phrase that somebody says, and I go, what does that mean? And they look at me like I have three heads. They're like, what do you mean? What does that mean? I remember the first time my husband said, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I'm like, what? And my mother loves figures of speech. Like I grew up on them. I use a lot of them in my speech, not because I'm a speech therapist, but because that's how my mom spoke. She just used a lot growing up. We had these. She never said that one. I'd never heard it before. So there I was in my mid-20s when we first got married. And when he said it, he said, oh, my mom used to say that all the time. I never heard it. So it is possible she didn't hear it, but it is not possible that got aired on the show back when it did. And she still has no idea. Do you see how Suki played dumb, though? I thought that was really interesting. I'm like, oh, she was trying to get her goat a little bit on that question because, and I didn't point this out before, but I'll point it out to you all. Suki said, so what do you think of the fact that you were called a sacred cow? And she goes, moo. I don't know. And she goes, and then Suki shook her head and she's like, well, what is that? What does that even mean? So Suki acted like she had no idea. You know, she knew. Of course she knew. She had asked the question. If she didn't know, she would have asked like, well, somebody called her a sacred cow. But no, we can tell Suki's now watching the show. So she's very much aware. Everybody knows what a sacred cow is. But, I mean, I guess it has a little bit of a different meaning to different sections. Some people do. I mean, I think originally the term came from the reverence and keeping cows sacred and not killing them, not eating cow meat, having them around on your property. Actually, I think was like a positive thing. People wanted to have cows. I know they just walk up and down the streets of India, I heard. I think it's just, I want to go someday and see. So I believe that's the original origin of it. Now, if you go to the Bible, there's a lot of references to a golden calf and making a golden calf an idol. So they would make a cow basically out of gold. So I always kind of thought of them as the same, just sort of two different religions. Talking about, right, although one is a true reverence, the other one was wrong because they did it in place of God. They instead made this cow because they're like, where's God? This water that came out of the rock and this bread that appears on the ground every morning for us, that's not enough. Where's God? It's very funny when you really think about some of the biblical stories. Anyway, so they made this calf. So those are kind of the two references I think of. But the bottom line being, it's like something that's just raised up, honored, cherished, not to be challenged, not to be touched, revered. She knew that. Again, another Robin lie. But this is the lie this time, as opposed to usually the lies are, I don't know. Now we're doing, I don't know. Smug. Smug. I don't like smug. Hi, that's my shoe. Welcome. Don't worry about it. We're having a good time. She's the worst. Okay. I don't watch Sarah Fraser's show because she does like more than just Sister Wives. I have seen, I've seen a clip once or twice, but I mean, I don't even have a chance to follow the people who just do Sister Wives. So I don't follow her. And she got me frustrated once because she was saying stuff early on that was so clear that she had not been watching the show until like last season or this season or something so. But that's okay. She can still talk about it. But then I feel like the people who don't have the backstory and the knowledge from the past, it affects what you say about what you're currently seeing. But she seems delightful. She does. She seems like the kind of person I'd want to hang out with. But anyway, so I don't subscribe. But I will look that up if she talked to Suki. Suki adores Cody and Robin. See, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I mean, she may have said that because she's not going to say, she has to be neutral. I don't believe for a second. You can see Suki's face. She is so frustrated with Cody. So frustrated. And when Christine, I didn't talk about this in my video either, but if you go back and, well, you'll see it because I have most of Christine's clips when she talks about Cody in my video. And I didn't always cut out Suki because Christine would still be talking. They would just cut to show, they actually would go out of their way to show her face. Suki was doing all she could to not laugh. She was smiling through the whole thing. She was totally digging everything that Christine was putting down when she was putting down Cody. And she was nodding and she would say, yeah, okay, yeah. Whereas when Cody would talk, she'd go, but, oh, okay, but, and she would try to get like her point in, and he would just keep talking. It was a very different reaction. Those are the two specifically I noticed. She also smiled. Well, she smiles when she interviews everyone. I have to go back and watch Robin because I do know that she was smiling a lot when she was interviewing Janelle. She thought Janelle was, and Janelle was very funny. Janelle was so good. Queen Janelle, Queen Janelle. I want to say she was, well, yeah, because Mary was laughing too. So she would laugh right along when Mary would laugh. Mary seemed like she was way more relaxed. Okay, we started talking about this at the beginning, but we really didn't get into it, did we? Let's do it now. Mary was way more relaxed. She seemed a lot happier. She does look like the weight of the world is off her shoulders. She has released Cody. The church has released him. She has released him. And she just seems happier, lighter, just in a whole different place. However, at the time of this stupid interview in October, she was still in love with the guy. So it affected her answers. And I felt like the longer we went, the more she was leaning towards like mercy towards him. I think I said that in the video, that I feel like she may have passed him in a hallway or something, because they all do the round of questions and then they go and they do another round of questions. And part of the second round is going back to the same topics, but then saying, but so-and-so said this, and it gives them a chance to answer more about it. Yeah, I felt like as she was going on, or maybe it was just over time, maybe she just, as the longer she sat there, the more fond she got of him and started thinking positively. But she hadn't seen the whole season. And so this is lame. And that's another recommendation I gave TLC. If anybody over there watches, I give more advice to TLC and Puddle Monkey on this channel for free that really would benefit them financially. It's ridiculous if they would just listen to me. Now, they did listen to me when it came to, of course, it wasn't just me. Everybody was saying it. The fact that Suki does not come back and contradict or try to correct Cody or Robin. That's partly the producer's fault with not having clips ready and on hand. Should be ready at all times. Now, they did. I mean, it was planned anyway. They didn't have a clip to counteract it. But when Suki wanted to show the clip of the baby shower, not the baby shower, it was the wedding shower for Gwendolyn. When she wanted to show that and Cody kept talking and talking, she's like, well, let's just show it. And he's like, yeah, well, let's just show it. No, let's just show it. And he's like, She goes, don't you want to see it? And he's like, no, let's just talk about it. And then the producers turned it on. So they had it in the ready and they were ready to go. And I say in my review of the video that was a negative for Suki right there. Because if you look at it, she never said, stop, we're going to watch it and then we're going to talk about it. She never did. She was still negotiating with him. He just was in the middle of talking and explaining why he didn't want to see it when they started rolling it. So as it started rolling, then he just went, and she goes, we're going to watch it anyway, or something like that. It's really quiet. I don't know if you can hear it after it's going, but she doesn't have control of when the clip is going to start and when it's going to run for them to see. That was the producers right there. So that was Puddle Monkey. That was a good job for Puddle Monkey. I gave kudos, lots of kudos and shout outs to Puddle Monkey for that. I did. Okay. What was the other point of that? Okay. So that, Mary, half of it I liked. And then the other half I was just frustrated because I felt like we were slipping back to the old Mary. All right. Janelle was golden. She is not happy with Robin or Cody right now. And I would love to know, I'm sure a lot of it is stuff we didn't see on the show that ended up on the cutting room floor because it was all pre Garrison passing. that had a part to do with it. But then I'm sure that there was a bunch that happened to do with it afterwards too. And I know that there was a lot of animosity, even with Robin and McKelty. She never really came out and said what it was. And when somebody specifically said, Robin said something to you at the funeral, I remember on one of her Patreons, and she's like, yeah, no. And she just denied it. So we haven't really gotten a straight answer out of that. But apparently there was a time that they really weren't talking. And I will say that FaceTime works for everybody. And if Robin or if McKelty and Tony really wanted to have a relationship with Robin and Cody, they could. It's just the way it is. All you have to do is reach out. Just start calling. They're not going to keep hanging up on you. So it doesn't seem like it's really happening. And their excuse is that it's long distance. Okay. Again, I get off topic. So that's Janelle. I'd love to be inside her head and know all the thoughts. Oh, her and Maddie could just, oh, what a great show it would be if they would just tell us everything. Oh, I'd love it. All right, Maddie, Janelle. They don't watch this channel. Open platform. I'll give you all the questions ahead of time. There's not a thing I could ask them that would be offensive to them anyway. I would love to know details. They may get to the point that they're like, yeah, no, we agreed we weren't going to talk about that. But I'd like to ask the question at least to get them to the point to say, but I wouldn't if they told me not to. Okay, listen, I'm just getting off track here. Who else we need to talk about? Christine. Christine, the word that kept coming up was rock star. She was good. I really enjoyed how she really clarified how rotten Cody was when it came to Mary. She had Mary's back big time on that one. Now I understand that in order to have Mary's back, it also included putting Cody down. And Christine was all there for, she was there for it. You know, he's not her favorite person. And we do know that she just filed a lawsuit against Cody a few weeks before this interview happened back in October. So, yeah, Christine, there's no love lost with Christine and Cody. And it's so clear. I mean, the comment that he made about not respecting Christine, that like, I probably respected Mary the most. And then maybe Janelle less than that. And then Christine even less than that. That was just to hurt Christine. That's what that was for. And because he thought he and Mary were, well, I guess they were on good terms at that time because he was working really hard. He was working overtime to keep Mary in his good graces, just like he did for the past 15 years, and he was successful at it. Keeping Mary hanging on, because it made him look good to still have those 3 wives. When Mary eventually left, which was the 3rd one, right? Didn't Janelle go second? Yes, she did. When Mary left, he thought, well, I can still make it look like, it really was not a good match. Neither of us wanted it the whole time. I was being heroic, keeping her around all these years, but we're still friends. So he worked really hard to maintain her friendship. Manipulating is what he was doing. That's the word for it. Capital letters all the way across. He manipulated her. And she admitted, he called me just a couple weeks ago to tell me how hard it is and how he's still struggling getting over this divorce. Why did he do that? Because they were getting ready to film this one-on-one interview thing. And he wanted her to be nice to him. He wanted to keep, on that phone call, he kept saying, I'm so glad we're still friends. I'm so glad we can still talk to each other. I'm so glad that we have this kind of relationship and it's not like the animosity that I have with the other 2. You are definitely my favorite ex-wife. On and on he went. You know that he did. Of course he did. And she bought it. Yes, she did. All right. Nene G, do y'all think fame got to Cody? Because in the beginning he was a dork, but still nice, and then gradually became a jerk. I don't know. I don't know if it was the fame that made him a jerk. I think Robin made him a jerk. I do. I think Robin didn't like the kids, certain kids, and she kept getting in his ear about it. And he responds when Robin says jump, he says how high. I think that she was the major thing that did it. I don't think it was the fame so much. I mean, he's a fame whore. He always has been. I mean, that's why he wanted the show to begin with. Like, he was just milking it all in. I think he would have continued to be the sweet, dorky guy all the way through. But I think it's his relationship with his sons, which turned bad because of Robin. Now, if there were no Robin and he had some sort of fight or animosity with his sons, would this have happened? Would it have turned vile like this? Not like this, I don't think, because I don't think it would have been as pervasive. I think it got this dark and this deep because he started spewing out hate to all the kids and saying rotten things about their siblings, making other kids get hurt by it. Like, it was just a huge snowball effect. But that would have never happened had Robin not been there, and it was just OG3 and OG13, and he got in a fight with one of those boys. And he would have eventually just made up with whichever boy he got in a fight with. And everything would have been fine with all the rest of them too. And he would have wanted to probably stay the sweet, dorky guy on television, which it was a facade. We know that from Gwendolyn's Patreon, back when it was free on YouTube, before it was a Patreon. I remember her saying that, well, did I hear it or did somebody else tell me it was in? I can't remember. No, I think I heard her say it. I think it was back when she was doing YouTube before it was Patreon. And she said she loved filming days because her dad was so nice. So, he was putting on this for the camera. I don't think he was never all the time the sweet, loving guy. But the point is now, when he knows the cameras are running and this is what he's putting forth, well, you just know how horrible and evil and deep and dark he is. Because it's like, what's it like when he's alone and there aren't cameras? How does he behave? I can only imagine. I don't want to think about it because I don't want to have any sympathy for Robin. But it has to be rotten. Betty B, those eyelashes. Has anyone commented on them? Oh, yeah. They remind me of those black fringe things guys have dragging on the back of their pickups. They're mud flaps? They look like mud flaps? That's very funny. I had a photo in one of my videos. All right, kudos and a shout out to the person who can tell me what video it was, because I have no idea. There was a video I put in. Somebody had shared with me, one of your sister friends shared with me via email, this photo that they saw of a guy making fun of his girlfriends or girls in general's eyelashes. And I want to say he was a beautician himself. So anyway, they used the attachment that goes on to the hair razor clippers. It looked like it was probably like a number 10, like the largest one that you could put on. And he had them both on his eyes. So you know how they have those little fork things hanging down? And I took that picture and I put it in one of my videos and shared it. I don't remember what video it was. It was this season, I believe. Yeah, it was this season because those eyelashes just started this season. So anyone remember what video that was? Shout it out. You can go see that video. Okay. That's my She Said It Kills Me that Mary is being so nice to Cody. Yeah. The comment about his friends, she did not know. She did not know the comment about the friends until after the show. And I mean, how much show? We are on episode 27 right now. And they saw 5 to 8 episodes before they did the talk back. Now, I know that they had filmed a lot more, so they could have talked about it and we can talk about situations, but they're not going to see what the other person said back unless they just show it to them right there. Like maybe it was all made. Maybe the whole season was done and I guess it could have been. I mean, at the beginning, there was a lot of Christine stuff. So there, and we're not talking about any of that because that was like 2 years ago. So maybe they're showing them little clips, even though they didn't see the whole show. But if you just see little clips, you're not seeing all the comments that people make. So yeah, it's not right. It's not right. That's right. I do believe Mary said in one of her Friday with Friends that she was upset at Cody after it because before the taping, she had not heard what he said about her friends. Oh, yeah, last minute FOMO for Cody. That's right. Oh, I better go. Could you imagine living with that man? Okay. Robin's makeup is not slurp worthy. Pamela, it's funny. No, it's not. Oh, but according to Cody, it used to be. It's not anymore. Nor the big eyelashes or the caterpillars for eyebrows. It was the makeup that made her look like she was 13 years old. That was slurp worthy, according to Cody. So gross. All right. But she did look better when somebody else did her makeup. I will agree. She did look very young. Okay. Thanks, Stacy. I'll sick you on all the haters. There's not that many haters, actually. Joni C. Robin reminds me of that puppet Miss Madam with those stupid eyelashes and tattooed brows. Was that Mr. Rogers with the scrunched up, the kind of witchy looking character? Is that who that is? Oh, remind me who Miss Madam is. Okay. You know what? Julianne, she's addressing COVID and saying that somebody needs to ask Robin about the fact that the nanny could come and go, but Mary could not come and go. I would love it if we could go back and address a lot of COVID stuff because the Cloak of Charity went over Robin and Cody during the COVID episodes, the 2020, 2021, which really didn't come out until 2020, end of 2021 into 2022. But nevertheless, the years that when the filming took place, 2021, when we were commenting on that, when we were seeing it and talking about it, there were no hard questions at all. These were Suki years, right? Yeah, these were Suki years. No hard questions. So now that she's doing hard questions, can we go back a few seasons and ask a couple questions? Like, what did the nanny do? Which is really, really funny because really, when you listen to when she said it, she meant, what does the nanny do so that she can get into the house, but none of us can? But it's hysterical because we all really want to know, what does the nanny do? This woman has 2 small children and a husband home full time. I mean, who knows where he's going, coming and going, but he's not working. He doesn't have a full-time job. He doesn't even really have a part-time job. He has hobbies that he calls work. So there's a husband and wife with the 2 kids. And then we have 3 additional older kids that were later high school years. And I believe Dayton was already in college. So the 2 girls were in their late high school years. And yet we needed a nanny to help with the kids. She said something about, well, Cody's not around all the time. That's why I need a nanny. What? But that's what moms do. You don't have a job. That's your job. I would just love it. One of these days, go into work. Lynn, go into work one day when a body's brought in, say, can I get some more help here to do this? Because, like, I got a lot going on. I can't handle this body right now. If I just somebody else could help me, because I have an assistant here sometime, but that assistant's not always here and not that reliable. So I need somebody else who's here full time that does my job for me. I'll jump in every now and then. I mean, I'll keep the title, my job title. That's what I'll do. It'd be crazy. All right. Surviving Polygamy. There's a good name. There's a good name, Sylvia. That's a good name for a show. I like that. Or survived. Has to be past tense. Shana Banana just says, Robin is a loser, period. End of story. We don't have to discuss anymore. All right, so Christine, she did really well. She did really well. I gave her a shout out on this video. It wasn't... if she came in with an agenda, she did a really good job of not making it known. She did a really good job of listening to the questions and answering the question. Whereas Cody will start talking and not make sense and then keep saying words and sentences until eventually whatever mantra he has in his head or memorized lines he had that he has to make sure he gets out eventually come out. And now we're talking about something completely different, but he has certain things you can tell he wants to get out to the public or get out to the other wives. And this is the way that they're eventually going to see it. And I didn't get that sense with Christine on this episode at all. I don't know if I did on the first one. I felt like the first one. I'm not a big fan of all of this. The over-exaggerated theatrical fingers. Oops, sorry. And the patting of the hair, the brushing. It's just not my thing. And she didn't do that this episode. She really did a little bit last week. Not a lot, but she did it a little bit. So I feel like maybe she's just settling down into her zone now. And she was focused, articulate, spot on. I don't have enough good things to say about how well she was describing Cody so much better than any words I could come up with. I loved it. All right. J. Lou agrees that Robin's goal was to get in good with those teenage kids. Yeah, all the kids, really. So that she would have a leg in, which is true. I always said that when my kids were young and small, any adults that kind of like befriended them and played with, we'd go somewhere and they would interact with them and talk to them and play with them. Anything that made my kids happy, I just loved that adult. I did. I was just like, that is one cool person. They are so good. Because, you make my kid happy, you make me happy. End of story. It's just the way it is. I mean, as long as you're not doing something you're not supposed to be doing. Like giving them ice cream when I say they're not allowed to have a dessert or something like that. As long as you're not going behind my back to make them happy. So she was right that if she got in good with the kids, then the wives would probably be like, okay, she's really nice to them. The problem is she wasn't just being nice to them. She was like trying to be their besties. And when they wouldn't treat her like a bestie, then she basically revolted. She got offended. And she started acting like Robin. The only time Robin did not wear makeup was when she wanted people to think she was dying of COVID. Yes. That's funny. That's true. Other than that, let's get to 596 likes. Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm not on the like page, but I can go there to look at the likes while I look at our poll. Let's see what our poll says. No, I don't want to end the poll. How do I open it? There we go. We have 57% is the highest amount, although it's not a landslide, but it is a strong winner. Life with the OG3 and OG Kids would be the show title. Would be a show title they would choose. Second place would be Life with the OG3 and OG13. 2% said Life with the OG3 and OG12. Yeah. Okay. I agree. I agree, and I second that because I was on the fence between OG Kids and OG13. But I understood how talking about the future in OG13 would be a little bit odd. So, okay, and it's going up even higher. Okay, more people are saying OG Kids. Okay. I just realized that I don't think I even see how many likes are on this. I think I have to go to the original. I'd have to pull up a third screen. I don't even know. Y'all have to just let me know. I'm just going to keep the poll open. I'm not going to hit end poll. Go back over to StreamYard. All right. Betty B. I did see that. I saw the Pop Psych video where Allison said that she thinks that Cody had cheek fillers. I don't know if he did. I think he just gets really puffy at times, but I'm not sure what it's due to because his puffiness never makes him look better. So I think he just he just has, water retention. Maybe he goes out drinking the night before. That's kind of what he looks like. He looks bloated from a night out on the town. Lack of sleep, too many drinks. Although that didn't really happen with this because he was at his house. Well, he still could have been at his house and drove the next day. He could have had a hangover that whole time too. Got to the end of the driveway and switched seats with Robin and said, "You got to drive the rest of the way." Can't do it. But that's what he looks like. He may have had fillers. Put it past him. But I feel like he just doesn't. And I know sometimes it makes you really puffy and then it's supposed to settle down, right? That's my understanding. I've never had it done. But my understanding is you get really puffy and then it kind of settles in and then you sort of, for a couple months, it looks good and then you go back and repuff yourself. Just seems like a painful and expensive process. But I suppose if I had a camera that close, although some of you tell me that I am on your 98-inch televisions in your living room. And oh God, I forgot about that. Perish the thought. Oh, it's your fault. You should watch me on your phone. That's where I look best. I'm just telling you right now. If I'm any bigger than a laptop, you're in trouble. Okay. Here we go. Head Canyon said, sometimes if you've been subscribed for a while, the notifications stop and you need to reselect the all option under the bell again. Good to know. Thank you, Head Canyon. Canyon. I switched to another screen. I want to look and see if I can find that. Where's my bell? Oh, I don't have a bell on this. Oh, maybe because I'm looking at my own page. All right, I'll look at it another time. All right, that is good information, though. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I do notice a lot of people have said that to me in the past, too, but I have noticed myself recently that some channels, even if I watch them, it's not necessarily channels I haven't watched, because I have some things I subscribed to a long time ago that I'm still subscribed to that I still want to watch every now and then. So I still have them in there and I look down every now and then and go, yeah, one of these days I'm going to catch up on that. I really got investing. I want to learn about options and trading and that I do in my free time. Anyway, I find some good channels and then I just save it because I don't have time to watch it and learn it and do anything. It's a new hobby I want to pick up at any rate. there are channels. There was one channel I had to subscribe to once. And at first I just thought, well, I have 4 channels for different reasons. And really only the 2 do I post anything on. One is a new one that I'm going to get started. I mean, it's up, but there's like nothing on it. So I'll get that going soon. So those are really the 3. And then I just have like my own personal channel that I just watch things on every now and then. I probably should get rid of, but I don't. So because I occasionally will click into a different channel, I think, oh, I must have only subscribed on a different channel and not on this channel. But now that I hear from all of you, I know better. It's YouTube. It just kicks you out. All right. So yes, I have Christine, Janelle. They're pretty close. What Janelle said and for who Janelle is, she should inch higher. But Christine said more, and she really stuck it to Cody. And she called him an a-hole. I mean, she won. She won. And then there's Mary, who sometimes did good, sometimes fell back into her old Mary ways. I felt last season that we were going to get the genuine Mary this season, based on how angry she was. But we didn't. And why didn't we? Because of Cody's antics when he took her and moved her to Parowan. The crying, the I'm going to miss you. We had something special, all of that. And now we know he's calling her up and continuing it. Well, I don't think right now he's not. So next season, we'll get the real Mary. All right. Let's see here. DJ Tag, did I thank you for that super sticker? I don't know if I did. I used to have this system of clicking the star, but it made it go away. I'll click the star afterwards. Thank you if I did not say thank you. Now I'll click your star. And that was Joni. And now I'll click your star. And Shannon Banana. And now I'll click your star. There we go. Oh, and then we said Godiva was a new member. Now I'll click your star. Okay. Deb Jones. Yep. And Kathy's. She's at baseball now. And we have Teresa Skinner. Thank you for your super sticker. Appreciate you. And now I'll click your star. And I don't know what that means with clicking the star, but it makes it disappear on my end. So if I click the star before I acknowledge it, it disappears. Okay. Lindsay B has cows, and she said that they're fantastic, but we have a mean one that chases us. We named it Robin. So good. Oh, it's really good. Candace, where do I pose a question for you that's not related to the show? Don't want to distract from today's topic. Well, you could always throw it in here. I just might not see it. But if it's like something that you need, like I always have the email too. Like sometimes people send me emails if they have like something personal they want to share or a question that they have. There's that too. But you could always put a question that's not show related in here. It's all right. I have to scan so quick because there's so many of you and you're all chatty and I love it. It also helps the algorithm. So I'm not complaining at all, but I just want to explain if I don't click on your comment or see something, that's why. It's just a lot and I kind of have to scroll quick. All right. Oh, that's your granny's remedy. Well, your granny knows best. That sounds amazing. Lemon and ginger tea. I did have some, it wasn't ginger though. It had cinnamon in it. I don't know what it was. It was one of those celestial seasoning boxes. And I pulled it out and as I was carrying it, it smelled like it was solid cinnamon. I had that last night, and that really helped. But the lemon, I need to get the lemon, definitely. Ginger tea sounds amazing. I don't know if I have any ginger tea. When I did the thing for The Chosen, when I had to look biblical, I got my tunic and I got all these different things to put over it. But then the original tunic, I just ordered through Temu. Believe it or not, they had tunics. It was like $20 or something. But it was a little too cream. I wanted it more earthy looking. So I soaked it in tea. And I have so many tea bags. My one daughter was a huge tea fan, but she doesn't live here anymore. And I like tea too. But I was doing hot chocolate this winter instead of tea because I was mixing it with this chocolate keto powder and my chocolate protein drink. I was kind of making myself a morning concoction in the morning, and a little bit of vitamins in it. So I wasn't drinking my tea. So I had all these tea bags, and I thought, oh, rather than buy dye, I just soaked it in tea. So I may have gotten rid of some of my really good teas that way. But I also thought, I mean, they're dried. They should last forever, but some of these have really been in here for years. So I'll have to go buy some. By next Tuesday, I will not be coughing, people, or I will tell you that I had seen a doctor. Okay. Tina says she wants to tell all what you know watching Robin say moo. That would be so good. Do you think, I don't think this is going to happen because we've heard nothing about it, but then, I mean, they don't have to tell us. Do you think that they're going to do the talkbacks this year? Now, the look backs, I could take or leave those. The look backs were just, we're going to look back at the early years. And it was nice because all the OG3, when they would look back at anything, they would smile and all that. Robin just looked like she had a stain on her face the entire time. What are we looking back at? Oh, no, not that day. I can't breathe. That's her reaction. The OG3, when they go, oh, the commitment ceremony. Yeah. And they'd smile the whole time. Extremely different reaction. So for that reason, to make Robin look a fool, it was good. And it is sweet to go back and look at, because obviously it was kid related. They went back and saw a lot of the kid stuff. Yeah, they're not going to do that now because that was before he passed. They would have filmed, I think they had already filmed the one-on-ones before Garrison's passing last year. Yeah, they would have. So they probably won't do any other flashbacks because Garrison will be in the pictures with the kids. And then that's just, they don't want to do anything that's going to upset the OG3. But the talkbacks were better than the lookbacks anyway. The talkbacks, those were really good. And they only had 2 episodes. I would watch the whole season. Again, free advice, TLC. Clearly they don't watch. Making them sit and just watch and talk, it should be part of their contract. They have to watch the show anyway. So when they watch it, have a camera on. There you go. And now you have a whole nother set and a complete. They would have another 20. Well, they wouldn't do the Garrison stuff probably. So it would be, where were we? We were at about 24, maybe sooner than that. Maybe like 21, 20. Okay, let's just say 20. There's another 20 episodes they could air where we watch the whole season again, but they cut between the 4 of them watching it and commenting. Those were so good. That is so good. Oh, the revenue they could get. They're so dumb. Deborah says that Logan has kicking pecs. Those is rock hard pecs. Rock hard abs. And oh wait, yeah, what did he say? It wasn't kick. It was, that's a typo, isn't it? What pecs did he have? I have something pecs and rock hard abs. Oh, it's escaping me. Nice. He just said nice, wasn't it? I have nice pecs and rock hard abs. I think he just called them nice. Dottie said that Janelle is one of the wisest people she's seen. Yes. And that Dottie is pretty across the board. Everybody says that. All the kids say that. The other wise, like she speaks truth, and she's wise and she's smart. And part of being smart is knowing when to speak and when not to speak. So Cody, not too high on the intelligence scale. Mama Squirrel says that Robin pretending to be ignorant is really funny. It really is, isn't it? When she's like, looking way up in the sky before she gives her answers. That would be a good compilation. I need a sidekick. I need somebody who is bored that I can just say, listen, I want to do a video of, and then they use like ChatGPT or Grok or one of the AI things, and they find the clips from all the shows and then send them to me. And then I put them together and then I do the video. Anybody interested? There's no money involved. Sorry. I need somebody who just wants a hobby. Oh, I have so many ideas, but I just don't have time to do the research and all of that. I did have my daughter who pays for ChatGPT the other day look up for me something that's in this episode. I said, what season and show did Cody say? And it was a certain line. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was just him talking about being a general, I think. No, because I found that one on my own. It was another one. Anyway, she was able to find it with the ChatGPT because I was trying to decide if it's worth the money to pay for the paid version. She uses it for work, for analytics and creating graphs and charts and everything and pulling data and crazy stuff. And I'm like, I just want to know. She's like, well, any ChatGPT will be able to do that. All you have to do is upload all the transcripts. I'm like, I don't have access to the transcripts. That'd be great. However, I need a ChatGPT that does have access already. Okay. Oh, they also went to Disneyland. That wasn't in the honeymoon special. They went for 11 days down to San Diego, and then they also went to Disneyland. Wait, didn't they go to Disneyland with the kids too? Wasn't there something about that was my trip, but I wanted a trip with our family? Maybe it was afterwards, though. That's a good question, though, Michelle. Exactly when did they do that Disneyland trip? And did they do just a honeymoon one too? Because I believe somewhere near I had heard. Now, I hate saying this kind of stuff because I don't have anything to back it up. But I had heard through the grapevine. Probably it was Reddit that popped up on my phone for some reason. I got rid of almost all my notifications, but Reddit's still there. And then I click on it and read it. I think they said that she was upset when they first got married and felt that the family, just her kids and her and Cody, needed to take a vacation for bonding purposes because they didn't have all those years that the other wives did. Like, oh, you want to go back, Robin? You want to go back and have all those years when they were dirt poor and eating moldy bread? I don't think so. You don't get a special vacation on top of the fact that you got to skirt by and not have to suffer through that. All right. Oh, Lindsay B, that's funny. I haven't watched or listened to. Usually I listen to his as opposed to watching. I usually do it in the car and when I'm falling asleep. The take on the guys trip was that Cody's a moron and David is going to take him out in the desert. Only one of them is coming back. It was so good. I think there's two ways to look at it. Either Cody is very, very weak and he's listening to a wife of his giggling with a guy on the phone and he's doing nothing about it. I don't believe that. Somebody else wrote, it's very possible she was chatting with one of her girlfriends too. Like she was just over him and she told him to leave, that she wanted her own time. And so maybe she was giggling and all that with, Jen or Brandy or somebody on the phone. So it's a possibility. I don't think so, but it's a possibility. All he said was he heard giggling on the phone. And she said it wasn't what he said it was. All right. I don't want to keep rehashing the whole catfishing thing. But if indeed he thought she was talking with somebody, Cody's ego is such that there's no way he would stay quiet. He would pick up and leave because he was asked to go anyway. Or he would go up and confront her about it. Even if he didn't like her and he didn't want her around anymore. It's just the fact that this would have been done kind of behind his back, but right in front of him. Like, talk about an ego blow. Like it or not. It's just someone being that sneaky, but like right underneath your nose is extremely emasculating. And Cody's not into people emasculating him without him fighting back. So I think if it's true that he knew about that the reality was he was in on the catfishing thing. He knew about it. And he went over there, and when she told him to leave, he would normally very happily go back to Robin's house. But he said he insisted on staying there because he knew she was going to get on the phone with whomever catfisher was. So he refused. He played dead, played sleeping or whatever. And then she left and went upstairs and was chit-chatting away. So he could hear her talking, knowing that was the night the catfisher was going to call. That's what I think. Because we know Robin was really kind of in on it. There's no way Robin, you know how she acts dumb all the time. She did a poor job of acting dumb, like she didn't know what was going on. And we know for a fact that one of her very good friends, the only friend that she's ever put on the show, was friends with this catfisher. So, come on. And Robin doesn't keep anything from Cody. She just said it on this show. Suki asked her, is there anything that you guys don't say to each other or that you keep from each other? No. Of course, both those answers were ambiguous too. I didn't point that out. The one time, not really, and I don't think so, no. There are these, so do you keep something from Cody? Is there a topic that's off topic? Because that was a non-answer. See, this is where this is where Suki didn't follow up with her. She just let it go. Like, not really. I don't think so. Those are not, yes, this was a yes and no question. And she did not give a yes or no answer to it. Nevertheless, I think it's a very good chance Cody was very much aware. He wanted to hear it for himself so that he could later on say, I heard you. You did it when I was there. I woke up after I fell asleep because I heard you laughing. It was so loud. Did I say experience? Drink, everybody. The number of times I catch myself, I try really hard not to use the word experiencer constantly. Really hard. But from the vast number of times it's on the show and the vast number of times I hear it having to go back and edit and re-listen to things, I'll be listening to something, a different clip for another thing, and experiencing constantly come up. Constantly. It is really kind of crazy. That was one of the questions I asked my daughter. Can you pull every time that Cody Brown said experience? That was a question. Look at that. And the answer was, although it's a common word that he uses often, there is no chart because nothing had been created. There's no chart, which means they also don't have access to all the transcripts. They're just pulling information from what has been posted online. If we could upload the transcripts to one of these AI servers, then we would be in business. I don't know how you go about getting the transcripts. Like number 213. Thank you for hitting the like button, JL Carpenter. Okay, look, we are way over, aren't we? Conversation with, yeah, we didn't even talk about it yet, though. Okay, let's talk about it really briefly. Conversation, Nini G, about David was super weird. Secondhand cringe. There's no other way to put it. First of all, can we just also address the fact that Cody's teeth, again, have gotten really yellow and gross? Why? Why are they looking like they're like deteriorating inside of his mouth? I don't understand. And Robin's not so pearly white herself. So I don't understand. Because they're so vain. That's what I don't understand. I mean, that's fine if you don't want to have it. But like the amount of time he puts into his hair routine for it to look like it does, the fact that he won't throw on a Crest white strip blows my mind. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Okay. So, what was I saying? The trip. So that came to my mind because I remember his smile when he was talking about it. And I was just like, I didn't address it in my video. I should have, but sometimes I just feel like I'm so tired of picking on his appearance. I mean, it's kind of fun, but like, it's getting old. It's like, it's just, it's all too much. There's so much other, I mean, the things he says, it's enough. Not that I'm never going to speak on it. I just did. Anyway, okay. So he is giddy excited when he found out that, first of all, we thought it was weird and bizarre the last time he talked about this fantasy that he has. You know, it's all related to Christine. Christine is the one that hurt him the most and still hurts him. No matter how much he will lie to us and say, I'm so happy to see their love story on TV. It makes me happy. It's like an old friend falling in love. It's great. No, lies. Straight up lies. It's almost good when he does it because then you're like, okay, I thought that was a lie. I thought that was a lie. I thought that was a lie. But now, we know this is a lie. Because of all of them, Christine, no. Maybe Mary, but Christine hurt him in a way that he hadn't been hurt before. Maybe because she was the first, maybe because she's the founder of the AUB's granddaughter. I don't know. I don't know. But maybe he really did see it as a surprise because he's just that dumb. And he couldn't pick up on any of the signals that she was unhappy. So, sorry. The last time he made the comment about after Christine had the boyfriend, I don't know if she was married yet or if he was just a boyfriend, but I think she may have been engaged at the last interview. And he said that he has visions of one day getting together and having a drink with David. And the two of them are just going to laugh about Christine and be like, hey, what'd you get yourself into? I don't know. Well, it's not my problem. She's your problem now. Clink. Drink. Like, I'm like, this will never happen. What is he talking about? The fact that he has these fantasies is crazy and bizarre to begin with. The fact that he verbalizes them is even weirder. And here we are a year later, and he's sharing another one of them with us. Now he's going camping. It's no longer having a beer. Now he's going camping. Camping with David. With his secret, he didn't call, I'm going to say he called it as a little tryst. His little secret, did he call it? He made it sound like it was inappropriately sexual because Cody's just so dumb. But who knows? Maybe that's his deep, dark secret as well and his desire. So he and Cody are going to get together and have this camping trip, right? And they're going to, of course, talk about Christine during it. When Suki comes back and says, "Oh yeah, we mentioned it, and David's on board for doing a guys trip." His guys trip, right? Doing the guys trip with you. He's like, "He was? Did you see him? Like he just sprouted up like a water that got plant after a week." What? And then she said, "Yeah, and he and Christine are open to the idea of getting together and having that because it was Cody's words that when he met David and Christine was there, it was only awkward because they were not mature enough, the four of them, to get together and have a dinner ahead of time. That's what they should have done. They should be just getting together and talking and meeting each other that way. But they didn't. So it ended up being at this thing on camera. So this was earlier in the same interview on the same day. Like, this is what we should be doing. We should be getting together. So then when Suki says, "Well, I talked to them and they're open to it. Christine too, yeah, Christine said maybe someday we'll be friends and, the four of us will hang out in that." And he's like, "Yeah, maybe not." Oh, he is still so hurt by her. He just completely contradicted the fact that he was just thrilled that she's finding love and he loves watching it on TV. It's like watching a best friend fall in love. Lies. This, it's like you can't, in the same episode, it's like ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. You can't keep straight the lies. He's all over the place. Okay. J-Lu, that was kind of the only thing that makes sense to me too, is the fact that he's really scared of Mary, only in that Mary knows a lot. Mary's been there since day one, first wife. She's seen it all. She knows it all. So she can sing like a canary. So that's what he was scared of. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because Christine's version of, well, we didn't know which Mary to expect, that's not enough to stay married to somebody you're miserable with for 15 years because they might get angry. So you're used to them getting angry a whole bunch in the past anyway. Let them get angry. It's more justification for you to walk out the door. Say, this is why we are not getting together anymore. So I don't agree with that philosophy at all. And Janelle, the one who never got along with Mary from the day Janelle entered into before Janelle was going to get married on Mary and Cody's anniversary day. Now, I don't think Janelle knew it was Cody and Mary's anniversary day. Cody would have known, but Mary got very upset with Janelle. So she switched it. Or maybe it was her birthday. No, I think it was their anniversary. So I believe Janelle got married like just the day before or the day after, like just so it wasn't on that day. So before they even got married, Mary was not thrilled with Janelle, and it stayed that way always. Mary isn't cut out for polygamy, nor is Christine. Janelle is. Robin? I don't know. She's in a whole nother league. But Mary and Christine, I mean, who's really cut out for polygamy, really? Even obviously, Janelle's going to thrive not being with Cody because of who Cody is. But if like Janelle was married to Brady from Brady Williams from My Five Wives, I think she would have been a very happy woman, doing her own thing, going to work, bringing in the money, having sweet sister wives who all are supportive of each other. No Robins in the mix, no loud ones in the mix, no crazy ones in the mix. I remember Janelle also said Christine would always embarrass her in public situations because she would be so loud and boisterous, and that would embarrass her. And then she didn't get along with Mary because Mary was aggressive and mean to her. And I mean, Robin, she never liked Robin. Nobody does. So when you go over to My Five Wives, and it looks pretty utopian in comparison. I'm sure that there was, I mean, they showed a little bit of it on the show, but I do believe Melanie from Notes 444, Notes to Self 444, once said that there was one wife that was difficult. I'd love to know which one it was. I could, I could see almost all of them except for the one that was a nurse. I can't see her being dissension at all. I could see Noni being a difficult person. I could see the first one seemed as sweet as could be. She did not strike me as a Robin at all, but maybe when the camera's off, she could pull something being the first wife. I don't know. I just never saw it. But just sort of being the first wife, I could see maybe there could be dissension there, that because she did seem a little bit needy. And then, oh, who's the other one? The one whose father was a prophet in the AUB. I think it was her father. She was just insecure as a person in general. She talked about that on the show. So maybe her, because I don't know. Anyway, that's not the show we're talking about. Anyway, I'd love to know. I think Janelle would have been very successful in their family dynamic for sure. And this wasn't ideal for her because there's two people who should have never been sister wives. Because they're all choosing to be sister wives still. They all left the AUB a long time ago. And they're all still one family unit, all of them. All the wives. Yeah, that says a lot. That's interesting. I didn't really notice that, Lindsay B, but you were right. When they talk to people, they always talk about how they miss Dayton and Aurora, but nobody ever mentions Brianna. I think she was a little bit of a stinker when she was younger. I mean, she cried a lot. She was needy. And I don't think the kids got that at all because none of them were. Okay. So anyway, there was a reason I started saying that. Janelle, what were we talking about? I went off on a tangent. Black Swan Gothica, you're right. Cody was crying with Mary to soften her up. Yeah. Wanted her money. He didn't want her to talk bad about him. End of story. All right. Oh, Nini G, thank you. Sacred Cow Fund. Whoop, whoop. I appreciate that. All right, let me go in here and hit the star. Da-da-da. Oh, and Knit My Bit. Thank you, Knit My Bit. Make yourself a hot toddy, Jenny. It's the only thing that needed help from me one time. Doc recommended it. All right, hot toddy it is. On Knit My Bit. You would know you're up in Michigan where hot toddies are abundant. And 8K joined as a new member. Thank you for becoming a member, 8K. Welcome. Okay. I will sound better next Tuesday, I promise. And I'll have a hot toddy before I even come on. I'll be in rare form. Look at me. I keep going. All right. Give us a Y for cow. All right. What did I want to read? I have two funnies I pulled out. And one is just from the last episode. All right. I didn't get through a lot of them, but I was waiting in some waiting room somewhere at one point, and I started going through them, and I took a screenshot of it. So the first one was from a long time ago. I don't remember what show. It was Joni Crowley, and she wrote, I saw a preview for upcoming shows, and the direction looks like TLC is trying to get us to buy in that Baldy Locks and his 3 hairs. I saved it for that. Baldy Locks and his 3 hairs. So good. Wait, I got to write that down. I'm going to forget it. Baldy Locks and his 3 hairs. Rob him and the Stepford kids are the reincarnation of the Holy Family of 2025. I'm not sure if I can take it. I'm with you, Joni. And then I have, in response, in one of the comments on the last video I just posted last week, the one-on-one part 1. Let's see. 800220 wrote, Cody Brown is out here giving one-on-one interviews like he's auditioning for, quote, narcissist of the year, end quote. He's blaming his exes, quoting Batman, and acting like Robin's emotional support husband. Sir, you are not the Dark Knight. You are just dark and not right. As Will said. As Will said. So true. So true. Okay. We're going to end it on that. We're going to end it on those. Oh, shoot. I don't have quotes ready. So I'm going to pull one out. Oh, it's not loading fast enough. I'm sorry. No quote this week, but I'll have one for next week. I'll be more on top of it. We're in June now. It's only the 3rd. I need a week to really acclimate. I'll have more free time to catch up. All right. This was fun. I went a half hour over, but that's okay. It was still fun. I hope it was fun for all of you too. Look at all of you still hanging around though. I appreciate you. So many people still in the chat here. Okay. And so much chat that I missed that's still going on. Oh gosh, look at everybody chatting away. I'm so sorry, anybody who I can't. It's also really hard to be a solo content creator and keep up with the chat and do the talking at the same time. All right. I'm going to sign off. Good night, sister friends. Thank you for a good evening. See, I feel revved up again. I'm like ready to go. I'm going to start editing some more. For anyone who came late, I just want you to know the video is already an hour long, and I still have another good 45 minutes of stuff that I recorded that I have to go through and edit. So it's going to be a long one this week. And then maybe a couple additional short ones afterwards if I have time, because I don't think I even covered everything in it. So that's why we went 2.5 hours. That's why. And we still didn't cover everything, but it's okay because we had fun. All right. Good night, everybody. Yes, J-Lou, 1 hour. More than an hour. I don't know how long it's going to be. That could have been another poll. How long will this week's video be? Good night, everybody.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me.
I had a lover in college, and it was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy.
Things that make you go,